everyone, it's MRZEROX here. How are you all doing today? It's been about 3 weeks since I've updated my game, and I haven't been working on it very much at all in these last 3 weeks. But the good news is I have a lot of sound effects and I have a lot of music that I've made the week after I made the video. So it was quite a lot of things to work with here. I have a couple models and a couple objects that I was working with, but basically what I decided to do was strip the game and go completely opposite of what I was doing. Now, I wish I had thought this through before I just cleaned the slate of what I was doing completely, because I came up with a really cool idea. And you will see these clips and these video clips that I'm going to have playing behind me, or whatever, on your screen. You'll know what I mean. Think about it. If I'm not on screen, there's nothing behind me. Maybe in front of me, who knows. But I just basically wanted to show you the camera angle. It's just such a weird camera angle that it gives the game a new feel completely. The game started out as a checkerboard kind of game that I made, and basically just over like 30 minutes I decided to basically make that, and that's what I've got now. Very basic. Very, very basic. And a lot of you guys are going to say, well, why would you do that? You turned a, game into this. And it still is a game, don't laugh at me for this. But it's just very simple, and that's what I wanted. You remember in the first video I said I wanted to run at, many resolutions. Well, in this way, I thought it was a little bit better because this will run at a high resolution, yet a low resolution. And it'll look good, yet it'll still look dated. What do I mean? How does that make sense? Well, the camera angle I provided for the game, and I've actually made a very specific camera angle that very hard to remake. It's not a simple camera angle at all. It's very complicated. Little to say, it's hard to explain, but think of it as this. Basically, a 65-degree angle with a wide-angle lens, a super wide-angle lens, and just basically a good rotate on it with a little twist to it to give it this extra, boost. And what it did was, it turned high-resolution images, basically, into low-resolution pixels. Now, did it really do that? No. But what it did do is, for the player, they will think that they are playing a game that has lower resolutions on certain things and such as that, and it looks just totally different. As in, the trees have a dated look, whereas the textures have a little bit more updated look, and the character itself will have a little bit more of an updated look as well. So, why is this a good thing? And what do you mean it's not, really going to look like that? If the character and the player see it, then it must be real. No. Well, in the scene, basically, and I should show you this, but I'm not going to right now just because there's no point. But in the scene, basically, you will see the game in a first-person perspective, and you will, or a third person, doesn't make a difference. You will see, basically, the trees. They will look just like trees, three-dimensional trees. Not pixelated, not downscaled, fully movable trees, basically. What I mean by movable is if you put wind on them, they're going to move, they're going to go up and down, they're going to do whatever you tell it to do. And in the game, from where you see as a player, you don't see the wind, and you don't see anything with the trees at all. All the detail, I should say. Just because of the camera angle, it's really cool. Some of you guys are going to go, well, why would you want that? And I think, because I said in the beginning, when I made the game the first time, when I started making this game, I said I wanted something dated, but I also wanted something that looked new. And this looks new and dated, in my opinion. Now, is it perfect? No. Is it done now? No. Is it far from done? Hell yeah. But I'm going to keep working on it as I go, and just see what I can do. It's a good-looking game so far, in my perspective, and a few other people that have seen it really liked it. So that really cheers me up. I'd like to know what you guys think, but before I go, I do have to say a few things, just so no one gets confused of what I mean by what do I want to hear from you. All I want to know is what improvements, what would you like to see, and what do you think of it so far? Anything else you want to say, feel free, but I want to also mention before we go that the trees are very dark in this video, mainly because I don't know what the hell Unity has done, but Unity is always giving me problems, glitches, and everything else. I have a very powerful computer, an iCore 7, plenty of memory, plenty of everything, more than, the capacity of what the engine and any other engine will ever need. Well, maybe not every engine, I don't know, but it works for this, Blender, and many others perfectly. Besides, recently with Unity, I don't know why. I feel like uninstalling and installing again, but that just takes too long. Fuck, what am I saying? But basically the whole thing is, the trees are a little bit darker, but they won't be in the game, and you'll be able to see more of the detail to them. but again, they won't be super detailed. Keeping the more traditional old-school Game Boy Advance look to it, you know, mixed with a modern-age game. Quite cool, quite nice, I like it. There will also be, and I want to mention this as a little spoiler for what may be coming, because I've already started working on it and it looks amazing. But I didn't want to show it in this video because I didn't have the time. Plus, it's not perfected, and I don't think there's a point to show it, because it would ruin the fucking surprise. The surprise basically is a crazy advanced particle system. Now, a lot of you guys don't know what a particle system is, so I'll just give a brief description. Think of it this way. A particle system is basically anything that's like, think of like blood in the game, generally is a particle system. You know, things like that. Trees, you know, blowing stuff off in the wind, that's basically a particle effect. You play Zelda and you have the little fairy thing that goes with you, that's basically a particle effect too. Maybe a character as well, but also a particle effect that makes it around it and all that, and light up and things come off. Or if you have a 3DS, you really know what a particle effect is, because those are those little pesky things that come out of the screen and go to your eyeballs. That being all being said, that is basically what's coming your way. For the trees, for the character, there's going to be a lot of particle effects in this game, which you can turn off, of course. I'm also trying to see if you can turn off certain particle effects and keep others on. Basically, you know, if you want the tree particle effects on, you can keep it. If you don't like the character's particle effects, you can turn it off. So the character will have particle effects, you know, when he walks, when he has his sword, when he slashes, you know, stuff like that. So that's quite cool. That's going to look really nice when I get down to it. And that's what's coming your way. I mean, I don't know when it's going to be done, but it does look pretty nice. And I was hoping you guys would have some feedback.